Welcome back, you gorgeous weirdos. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm so glad you're here. So I've had a lot of requests to see builder gel over extensions. Can you do it? Is it worth it? What does it look like? So I'm going to show you how to do that today. Modelones actually sent over a whole bunch of their products, including the builder gel, the extensions, dehydrator and primer, base and top coat. So I'm going to show you how to do the entire process today, and big shout out to Modelones for sending over these goodies and continuing to support my channel. I so appreciate you. So the first thing, I've had requests for this kind of content too. We're going to size out the extensions. Now, regardless of whether you're doing press-on nails or if you're adhering these to your natural nails, you want to make sure that the size fits you perfectly from sidewall to sidewall. There are no gaps, there's nothing overhanging, and you can customize these as you're going to see me do here in a little bit. So again, I'm making sure they fit, not smushed down, but just floating on top of the nail. They want to fit cuticle to free edge. That makes no sense. Sidewall to sidewall perfectly. And these, again, are customizable. So I'm going to go ahead and pick out all of my sizes. Then I'm going to show you how to customize the cuticle area to perfectly fit your nail. So for me, these fit me pretty much perfectly. However, the cuticle area on my thumbnail is pretty flat. It's like square, it's not rounded, but the cuticle area on the extension is more round. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten that out just a little bit. I'm taking a gentle, very used file, and I'm just going to flatten out that cuticle area a little bit so it perfectly fits my nail. Now, why do you want to do this? If your extensions do not fit your nails properly, especially if you're gluing them down or putting them down with gel so they're permanently on your nails, that can cause pop-offs, lifting, and nobody wants that. So you want to make sure these fit very well to your nail. Then I'm just going to remove the little nub on the end of the nail, and that's it. That's all you need to do. So I'm going to remove the nub from the front of all of these nails. I'm going to take a buffing block to the end of these nails and to the cuticle of the thumb just to make sure there's no fraggly bits or unevenness, jaggedness hanging off the edge or the cuticle area. Then we're going to get these on the stand. You can put them on your nails if you want to. I'll leave a video up in the eye on how to apply these like Gel-X dupe kind of thing. So if you want to check that out, look in the eye. But we're going to make some press-ons and I'm going to get into the builder gel application. So stick around, don't go anywhere. So these are all ready to go. Now I make press-ons, so I make press-ons. So here's my process for doing all the steps, all the stuff over extensions for press-on nails. I dusted off all the excess from, filing and stuff, and now we're gonna play around with the dehydrator and primer. Typically, I would rub the nails down with some alcohol, but I have a dehydrator here, which is even better. So I'm gonna take the dehydrator. This does come with a little instructional manual, which is super helpful. You wanna use your dehydrator first, and then the primer. Dehydrator, then primer. So dehydrator essentially will get rid of any oils that are on the nails. Now, you might be thinking, Mar, these are not your natural nails. Why are there oils on these things? There typically aren't any oils on these things. However, I was handling them with my fingertips, and fingertips contain oil. So I want to make sure I get any oils that may have transferred to the extensions off, and that is what the dehydrator is going to do. I'm going to let these air dry for just a few seconds. It's basically alcohol, acetone. It's a dehydrator, right? So then we're going to go in with primer. Now, you would do the same thing on your natural nails if you wanted to do this on your natural nails, but for all intents and purposes, what the primer is going to do, and mind you, these primers say right on the bottle, for gel use only. You do not want to use a primer if you are using dip powder. Trust me, I've tried. It doesn't work for gel only. If you're using dip powder with gels, you can go ahead and use this if you want to. What this is going to do is act basically as double-sided tape. It is going to adhere to the nail, and it will adhere to the product you put over it. This also will chemically etch the extension, the press-on nail, if you will, so that things don't peel up off of it. So if you've been doing press-ons for a minute with gel, and you're finding the gel is peeling off, try using a primer, and this might really help your gel to not peel off the nail. So I'm going to go ahead and get the primer on all of the nails, and I'm going to let that air dry for just a few minutes, and then we're going to move on to builder gel application. This does not need to cure, by the way, just air dry. So once we have our nails completely dehydrated and primed, we can move on to actually doing the builder gel application. And the first step to builder gel is going to be a gel base coat. We're going to use the top coat later, but for now we're going to do a coat of the gel base, a thin, even coat on all of the nails, and then we're going to cure for 30 seconds. So let's get into the builder gel. I'm super excited about this. I have never done builder gel over extensions before, so this is my first time too. Look at the viscosity. It is super thick. This is going to be absolutely super strong over your press-on. So if you're really rough on your nails, or if you're doing these over your natural nails, this is going to add a lot of strength to your extensions, which will make breaking them a lot less likely. So here's how I'm going to apply this. If you were doing builder gel on your natural nails, you might want to build up an apex. I don't need to do that. These extensions have a very nice apex on their own. So all I'm going to do is put down a thin, even coat of the builder gel, and it's just going to add a little bit of extra strength to those extensions. So I'm going very gentle hand. I'm not pressing that brush down on the nail. I'm just kind of floating over this builder gel, getting it nice and even, and I'm going to let that sit while I do the other nails. After I get this on all of the nails, I'm going to flippy flop this upside down for a few seconds just to let gravity help. It'll level everything out really beautifully. And as you're going to see in the finished result, these came out flawless. I'm a little bit shook, but I'm sure you're wondering what they look like on the nail with this extra thickness. I'm going to show you that in the end of the video, so don't worry, I'm showing you all the things. So I'm just going to go ahead and get a thin coat of the builder gel applied to each of the nails. I'm going to cure this in my lamp for 60 seconds, and then you can do whatever you want to do on top of this. I'm going to grab a gel polish and just do a very simple gel manicure over top of this. But you can do whatever you want. You can do dip powder, you can do gel polish, you can do nothing, whatever you want to do. And if you're wondering about different colored builder gels, Modelones has you covered. They have a whole collection of neutral / nudie builder gels. So if you want that very like clean girl aesthetic, but you don't want a whole lot of work to do, those builder gels are going to be great for you. I'll leave them linked down below for you guys too, along with everything else that you're seeing in the video. Everything will be down below in the description box. But I'm going to finish up getting the builder gel on, cure for 60 seconds, and then we're going to have some fun with some gel polish. So these are fully cured and they are tacky. So you're not going to want to touch them. They're tacky. But if you're wondering what you can do on top of them, as mentioned, you can do whatever you want to do on top of these. But we're going to play around with a little gel polish because that's just what I do. I grabbed this color from my collection. It's a beautiful, soft, neutral, very ballet core, very coquette, very clean girl aesthetic, which I kind of needed after all the nail art that I've been doing. And if you're wondering about if there's going to be more, of course there will. Stay tuned. But I'm just going to go ahead and throw this over the nail. And I felt also that a color like this would do a great job of showing off imperfections, which most people don't want. I do. That's what I want because I wanted to see just how well that builder gel laid over the extensions. And as you're going to see, there are no edits, there are no cuts. I didn't do this over and over and over again to get it perfect. This is a one-shot deal, and you're gonna see just how beautiful the builder gel laid over the extensions. Absolutely flawless. I'm a little shook because I've never done this before, but will I be doing it again? Most likely, because this came out so freaking gorgeous. And it didn't take a whole lot of time. It really didn't. I understand if you're doing this over your nails, it might take a little bit more time. But if you're on a press-on nail journey like I am, This only added maybe 3 minutes to your manicure total. So is it worth it? Yes. If you're rough on your nails, if you are breaking your press-ons, if you crack extensions, if you use your nails as tools, even though you shouldn't, this might be a great option for you. So I'm going to get my first coat of gel polish on. I'm going to cure for 30 seconds. I'm going to do a second coat because I don't know, that's what I do. You don't have to. You can do one coat. If you have good coverage and you're happy with your one coat of gel, stop at one coat. There's no law that says you have to do 2 coats, but because of the color and because I wanted a little bit more opaque and a little less streaky, I'm going to go in with coat number 2. And I am so shook. Wait till you guys see the way these came out. So we're done with the gel polish and these are looking beautiful. Now we're going to finish them up with the Modelones gel top. There are ingredients on the bottle and they're HEMA free, which I really appreciate. So if you don't want to use gels because you have a HEMA sensitivity, these might be a great option for you. I'm just going to get ahead and I'm going to go ahead and get this on all of the nails. The Modelones gel top is a little bit thicker, which I actually really like. It makes it a little bit easier to apply. It's not going to run on you everywhere, especially if you're working on natural nails. You have a less chance of it running into your cuticle area or down the sidewalls. I feel like even though the builder gel and the gel top are thicker in consistency, they level out so beautifully. I am going to flip it upside down just because I want to make sure these are perfectly level and beautiful. So that's just what I do. You don't have to if you don't want to. It's an optional step, but I just feel like it adds that little extra bit of professionalism to the nails. And I'm not a pro. I'm a DIYer. I started doing my nails like, I don't know, 100 million years ago, and I threw them on YouTube. And here we are, 100 years later. I know I'm exaggerating. I'm not that old. I'm not like a vampire or anything. Or am I? I'm not. That's gross. Anyway, I've been doing my nails for like 6 years, and I like sharing the stuff that I've learned and the stuff that I love with y'all, and y'all seem to like it, so we're gonna keep doing this. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the gel top coat. I'm gonna cure it for 60 seconds, and then you're gonna see what they look like completely finished. I'll get them on the nails, I'll show you all the things, and we're gonna wrap this up. So these are now done, finished, and here is what they look like from all the angles. Look at this cuticle area. It is still so thin, which I really love about these Modelones extensions. They are super duper thin at the back of the nail. They perfectly blend into your natural nail if you're doing these as extensions or even as press-ons, but they're still strong at the front of the nail. Here's what they look like on. Of course, from the front, they look beautiful, but let's check out the side profile. Here is what they look like. As you can see, there is no ledge in the back. They are beautifully smooth. They feel strong. They feel secure. I am absolutely obsessed with the way these came out. Look at this. It looks like it's growing out of my nail. These do not look like press-ons. They look like a beautifully manicured nail. I hope this was helpful. Thank you for spending some of your day with me today. Thank you again to Modelones. I hope the rest of your day is as beautiful as you are, and I will catch you in the next one. Love you. Bye.